understand what's changed. So he originally came out, right? Just broken beyond belief. But he was broken more so as a 4 than anything else. His one position, it was like, okay, it was good for a while, and then he just doesn't scale very well. Now he is just disgustingly good. He just wrecks as a 1.
Very good. Well, they, I mean, if you look at the changes from the hero, they actually kind of made it more carry-oriented. Like, they nerfed the ganking power on his tree spring jump thingamabob, right? But they buffed the critical damage from his, whatever, his fissure, you know, his stun thingamabob. His Q. I don't know what it's called. It's Boundless Strike.
Boundless Strike. Very good.
And then in his ultimate, when you look at it, you think, wow, it gives me armor. How useless. But if you already are building damage because you're a carry Monkey King, then it's actually better than before, right?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I completely concur, my friend. He's a great hero. I think it's one of the best heroes that Valve has introduced in quite a while because of his... Like, he definitely has like this skill cap thing where obviously the better player you are, you can take advantage of his movements and all that stuff. But at the same time, he's still kind of a simple hero that normal scrubs like me can actually play. So I do appreciate that. It's not like these freaking Earth Spirits of the world, you know? It's just too complicated, too convoluted for me.
Earth Spirit was created for a very small percentage of Dota players.
Exactly. And that's why he was kind of left as one of the last heroes to port from Dota 1, I feel like. Same with Arc Warden. Just these heroes that are kind of super high skill cap and, you know, not very fun to play, generally speaking, I would say. So this time around, only 1 ward placed so far. See if Pasha has anything right now. Nope, just carrying boots right now. So it is a Team Spirit ward up towards the Roshan area. Pasha going to be contesting this rune. And I Love to Win is super scared. Doesn't know if there's any other heroes there. Of course, there are not. But the important thing is... Oh, I was going to say the important thing is Iceberg gets the Greevil's Greed and the Bounty, but he did not. He went Acid Spray. Which maybe it's not that big of a deal these days since it was nerfed, but what are your thoughts on that? Is that normal?
I think if he... It's not normal, for sure. I think it's a good way to adapt, because he's probably going to be laning against Monkey King.
So that's 250 gold he bypassed. Well, 150 technically, since you got 100 to start it off. So that's interesting. I mean, I've seen pros miss skill many times, mostly Weehaw, to be honest, but yeah, that's another... Oh, mid lane, a lot of damage being placed onto Iceberg, yet he's in a lot of trouble. Oh, Ramses, are you in range to get the kill? Impale is there, and Ramses with enough damage to take him out. In the meantime, there was a little bit of action here in the top lane, but Pasha will live for now. Not a good start for, I mean, any melee hero versus Monkey King, you're going to get destroyed, all things considered equal. So it's all about the supports now.
You know, that gank was only possible because his Monkey King was, I don't want to flame, but Monkey King was only able to get the stacks off because Viber happened to walk up the hill. Yeah.
I feel like he could have gotten away too, though.
It's unlucky.
He stood there a little longer than I expected as well.
Well, he probably didn't expect a level 1 lion behind this tower just waiting for his courier to come kill him.
That's true.
That was a sneaky play there. But, you know...
And Lil right now getting chased away. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, regardless of Alchemist... I mean, it was an awkward gank, right? Lil just walked up and thunderclapped him through the lane, and he didn't respect it at all because he didn't think he would die there.
Did you say thunderclap?
He did thunderclap.
Okay.
That's what it's called. I have my mouse over the skill right now. Thunderclap.
For who?
Doom. He ate the furball creep and came in and just... Yeah.
Oh, he just ate a different creep now. It's called thunderclap?
Yeah,
that's
thunderclap.
That's Brewmaster's skill, isn't it?
It's called Thunder.
That makes this game unplayable. 2 skills with the same name, that is unacceptable. Bottom lane in the meantime, Solo taking a lot of damage, but they're going to try to turn this onto the Clockworks. Looks like Venno dies in the other lane as well. DK Phobos, though, getting a nice solo kill.
Yep, don't worry. I caught the action. Spear Breaker charged him and then they right-clicked him.
Oh, wow, that's exciting stuff. They right-clicked him. I don't believe it. Unbelievable. In the meantime... Oh, they actually have vision because of the charge. Nicely done. That last right click was definitely needed. Or else, without vision, they would not have gotten that kill for sure. Ramsey, in the meantime, he is buffed up for now. Iceberg's going to have trouble this game.
You know, we talked about the Monkey King being really good against these melee heroes, but Alchemist, with the acid spray, pushes Monkey King back, and he has, like, no armor.
Yeah, that's true.
On his heroes, so it's pretty nice.
That is a good point. Of course, a lot of this mid these days has a lot to do with support more than anything else, honestly.
Yes, definitely.
Like, if this was an off-lane thing, then maybe it would be quite a bit different in a 1v1 actual scenario. Because, guys, I don't know if you're aware, but mid lane is no longer a 1v1. It's written in the rules. You know, in the back in the days with Brood Warriors, like, no rush 5 minutes. Well, you can't do that with 1v1. It's 1v1 for maybe 30 seconds the first 10 minutes, if that.
It's 1v1 until your supports go to get... Or, sorry, it's 2v2 until they go get bounty runes.
Yeah, that's true. The bounty rune run is very important. What do you think about Alchemist as a support, by the way? Do you think that's viable at all?
I mean, maybe. If you want to pull your tiny Aghanims or something like that.
Oh, haven't even gotten to the Aghanims yet. I've been holding that off. Because you know how excited I get.
Yeah, I got you started.
Oh, you've really got me started, Brax. Oh, God. So, looking at potential Aghanim Scepter, who would you say is the best one to give this game?
Clockwork, A, and Luna.
You don't like Spearbreaker Ags, I take it, huh?
That's correct.
Yeah, you'd be correct in thinking that Luna in the top lane, getting gone on, lots of damage coming out, trying to do a little bit more before he inevitably goes down. Charge is coming. Don't think that a level 3 Spearbreaker is going to be able to do too much, though. So, stops halfway there. So, you didn't... When I said who does he give it to first, you named 3 heroes.
Yeah.
Is that just covering all your bases so you can't be wrong? Unless Spearbreaker's giving it first. Which is impossible. Yeah. Oh, top lane. Charge. Oh, and the bash. FNG. Good game is called. Game. The game's over, guys.
They're calling it. Let's go home, boys. Pack it up.
That would actually be hilarious if they kept that up. They did not cancel it out. I would say... So it depends, right? Biver, I think, will probably get it first, though. Oh, it's tough.
I think they'll give it to Clockwork first.
Yeah, it's tough. It's either Clockwork or AA. I think it depends on how farmed they are, though. Like, if Clockwork is doing pretty poorly, then you give him Ags, for sure.
Because Clockwork can be a potential monster in this game if he, like, buys normal items and gets pulled in Ags. Because he's already off to a pretty good start.
That's true. I guess any scenario, any scenario, it's actually maybe better for Clockwork to get the Ags this game. So, the real question is, AA, do you buy Midas? I haven't been paying attention to AAs. Do you buy Midas anymore, or is the talent good enough?
Very rarely do A's buy Midas if they actually can get the farm, but they're always in this position where they can never really take early farm, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's so difficult to, like, give your 5 position a lane like what Solo was doing in the last game.
A little top lane taken out. FNG not quite gonna die to
Solo, he's in deep.
Oh, you're right. This is... I figured this chase would end, but Clockwork is relentless. Trying to kill Solo. Did he not learn last game that killing Solo does not matter at all?
He doesn't know.
Died 17 fucking times last game, for God's sake. It's a lot of space being created right now. As Solo will eventually drop to DK Phobos, level 5 right now.
That's the space.
And no one
right
is
there.
super happy about that. Oh, yeah.
You know, the safe lane Lena was actually having a kind of a difficult time when Clockwork was contesting the lane. He was denied a lot of CS. So that frees it up for him now.
How do you figure out whether that's worth it or not? Is there any scenario where that is absolutely not worth his attention?
You just say worth, and then it's worth it.
That's the qualification for being worth it. You just have to say it.
You just gotta let your team know so they don't get demoralized. Oh my god, he's feeding again.
FNG. Oh my god, Eclipse is gonna be popped. Is it gonna be enough to take out Lil? Indeed, it is. Pasha did not come out to tank it in time. Definitely would have lived if at least one of those Lucent Beams applied to him. But he hid in the trees, and it got his Doom killed. Gracious me, oh my, Brax. Gracious me, oh my.
Me, oh my.
And there's a scan here. They're gonna...
Oh, no.
They know Biver is... I'm guessing that's VP scan. Biver will get gone on. Balance strike not enough to get the kill. And Ramses is getting charged, but Spearbreaker is not level 6 at the moment. And in fact, he stops mid-charge to TP back to base. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Just doesn't happen.
In the meantime, Phobos, DK Phobos catches out the Doom. Solo's attempting to help out Lil. It will be enough with Ramsey's help as well. But the real question is, will Clockwork get the bounty rune? Indeed he does. Game breaking here for DK Phobos, but Ramsey's going to get the kill of the Boundless Strike.
You can't be too sad when you get that bounty rune, man.
Agreed. Worth, right? That's another instance of worth. So Posture playing the Venomancer yet again, going for an earlier Veil this time around.
Yep, they've got tons of magic damage, and they need damage to kill this Alchemist, that's for sure, who's actually been left unchecked pretty much in the jungle. Oh boy.
He sure has. Level 6 right now, as I hear a charge. It's going to be onto Ramses. Fiver puts on an Ice Vortex. But just a little bit of harassment, nothing too big.
You know, they've tried to kill Biver like twice in this mid lane, and he's dodged both the ganks. And that's actually like what's keeping him from... That's letting him get his level 6 so early in this game, usually.
I feel like he could learn from Solo, though, Brax. Just feed and win.
Yeah. I feel like perhaps those two things are independent. Maybe they even hurt each other's chances of happening in the same game.
Are you saying they're mutually exclusive?
They're not.
Okay. Solo's level 4 right now, too. Sorry, I interrupted you. I truly apologize.
Oh, I was just saying that because this A was able to not die these 2 times I tried to kill him, he's actually going to have a really good level 6 timing.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of the times when support heroes take the lane like that, they die a lot. Just because they can't lane against 99% of these heroes that are in front of their face. But now he's level 5 and he's looking to make things happen on Solo down here in the bottom lane.
Yeah, that is a dead Leon if I've ever seen one. How much extra amplification? Oh, we're going to have to go back to this in a second. Here's no one trying to get the kill on DK Phobos, but the Laguna Blade will not be enough, not nearly enough, in fact, as he's going to earn to safety. His mid lane, Balance Strike is going to cancel out the charge. Do they actually have enough damage? Indeed they do with that net from Lil. So it'll end up being a trade across the map. Yeah, how much amplification does Ice Vortex give? So 20% at level 2. Pretty disgusting with Battery Assault, because Battery Assault, if you're in a 1v1 scenario at this early stage of the game, is an insane amount of damage.
Yeah, there's no hero that survives that combo.
What was the reason for... I'm trying to remember the lineup last game. The Venomancer went 4-staff first. Oh, he actually is going 4-staff again. Okay. So he switched it up the last second. I was going to say, against the Clockwork, you'd think he'd go 4-staff first again.
Definitely. It's got the... You know, the build-up is actually really nice now for offlaners as well. You get that Ring of Health.
Yeah.
So you can just sit in lane forever.
Yeah, that is true. DK Phobos now in the mid lane. Has that urn, as we've seen. Going for Blade Mail next. Hookshot is available. Look for him to get a little bit more involved right now. As they smoke here from VP, they're going to run into Alchemist. Do they have enough damage to actually take him out? Actually, a charge is already applied to Monkey King. There's the hookshot into a Clockwork ultimate. There's the AA Blast. It's going to finish off Ramses with ease. And VP in a lot of trouble. Solo dying. That is 2 for nothing. 4 in the jungle for Team Spirit. They're on top of things right now. So he was charged before the smoke. So they knew the whole time.
Well, it was, wasn't he charged once the smoke broke?
Oh, did it break in the... Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that ward up on the cliff gave him vision. And he charged him instantly and they TP'd in.
Okay.
They just brought the boys to beat him up.
That's pretty fast reaction because I don't know if you can see my pings. They didn't get revealed until they were like up here. That's like the outer edge of that ward.
Yeah.
So that's pretty fast reaction.
They were definitely on top of that. And Team Spirit, they're in a pretty good spot right now. I mean, they're protecting Alchemist from farming. He's only gone down once at this stage of the game, and his jungle has been... It's his. You know, it's not invaded yet.
Yeah. He's working towards that Radiant, so this is going to be, I assume, just the most cookie-cutter of builds possible. Boots of Travel after Radiance into Manta, Octarine. And then the question is, do you go Shivas or AC, and then you go Aghanims, and then you go Moon Shards? I mean, we can pretty much choreograph this entire item build for Alchemist almost every single game.
Yeah, he's kind of like Sven, where you know exactly what he's going to do at every stage of the game.
Now, there is one variation where I will pretend to be a professional player here, Brax, and criticize. openly the Alchemist players out in the world is there's going to be a charge bottom. We'll get to that in just a second. Lion, Solo,
We all know
they
what's
see him.
happening here.
They don't need the hook shot, but they're going to use it anyway. And I mean, hey, that took a charge and a hook shot. I mean, if you're Solo, you're like, okay, space created, I suppose, just like last game.
Yep, you saying idiots, look at your top tier 1. It's dead.
And it is dead. So the thing I was going to criticize in a lot of Alchemist players is that they don't go Ags for quite a while. Like, they'll end up switching up their build. Like, once they're 6 slotted, they'll end up changing to get a BKB or some other item. Where this game, they have really good Ag Interceptor, so I think he has to do that early. Solo's going to use his ult. Luna, that's a double whammy to take out the Luna. They will be successful. And I don't think they're going to find anybody else.
Yeah, well, so the Ags thing is like, they want to make sure that they're not going to die first, pretty much. Oh my god, the crits, Jesus.
Lil, you beast of burden. He's going to get Nether struck into a bash, which means Doom will not be applied to FNG. I don't think we've seen a Doom yet, if I'm not mistaken.
Nope. I think he was trying to cast the first one there.
Yeah. But yeah.
They just don't want anyone coming in here at all. And they're fast to respond to kill these heroes as well. Lina was in the jungle for like 10 seconds before she just died there. And that's important with Alchemist. I mean, this guy is just farming everything. They can't touch him at all, too. I mean, this is a huge problem.
That's the name of the game for this big boy iceberg. Only a few hundred away from finishing that Radiance. Lil, in the meantime, finds DK Phobos. Here comes the Monkey King. DK Phobos has his Blade Mail. Does activate it, but I don't know if anybody's coming to save him. As Ramses just right-clicks him down. There's a charge onto Lil, and more rotations coming in. I don't know if they're going to be fast enough, though. If Lil just runs into them, I suppose it'll be good enough. And Luna ult is activated for it.
Yep, you know, at the end of the day, Alchemist is always just gearing up, hitting creeps. And they can't stop him at all. People here taking some towers and everything, but I don't know.
Oh boy.
Straight running at him.
That was a beautiful stun on the Spirit Breaker, but I don't think it's going to save his life. No one drops. It'll be a trade for the Spirit Breaker, at least for now. Iceberg not quite done with the raid. Actually, he can buy it right now if he wants to. Nice hook shot onto DK. It was beautiful Earth Spike onto 2, though. And that's going to stop the aggression in its tracks. Biver, in the meantime, he's going to die to the...
Oh, no.
That's kind of one of those really depressing moments. Oh, Doom is applied to Alchemist, and they might be able to get the kill. Indeed, they will. Ramses able to clean them up. DK Phobos, in the meantime, they're just getting dove in left, right, center, everywhere, which in between. Take out the tier 1 as well.
Alright, well, I just talked about Alchemist not dying, and now he's dead.
Yeah, but he had Radiance. It's not a big... I mean, it wasn't on him, but...
Yeah, he does have his Radiance now, and this is when he really accelerates, but I feel like his net worth isn't very high compared to the other heroes at 17 minutes. Usually he would want to be a bit higher.
But now that he has Radiance, maybe that will get a little better. Yes?
That will definitely happen.
Yes, good. Great analysis from Suns fan, if I do say so. Well, Luna, in the meantime, is going to be taking out these neutrals instead of the Alchemist because he can go wherever he wants to farm now.
Do you have a name for that character when you use that voice?
I don't have names for any of my characters. That's actually a really good idea. I should name them.
Yeah.
I don't know what that voice was, though. That's the thing. Oh, I do have one. Do you remember the Nahaz video that Slacks and I made where we did the Twitter war?
Oh, yeah.
So that voice is kind of like, it's like a Winston Churchill. It's like, he talks sloppy like this. You know, it's just all talking over himself and very posh. All right, that's going to be on my to-do list. Brax, thank you.
You're welcome.
Adding names. Do you want anything named after you?
You can if you want.
I can't imitate you, though. I don't know what I would do.
Yeah, I'm tough. You can do nothing. That's what I do.
This is my Brax, guys. I'm going to say nothing. Bottom lane, in the meantime, Solo. Going to get AA blasted here in a second if he's not careful. Along with Pasha. Nope, they're good. DK Phobos is here, though, with an Invis rune, which leads me to believe somebody will die. Most likely the Lion. There is a Force Staff on the Venomancer, but We'll see if it actually comes into play right here. There it is. It's going to pop one of the cogs, but here comes the FNG charge. They don't need Nether Strike. Earn charge applied. More than enough damage. Does take 4 heroes, but this is kind of the thing. Like, as opposed to last game where you have 4 heroes like killing these supports every now and then, you didn't have an alchemist on the other side of the map that the space is being created for.
Yep,
wasn't the same feel, right?
It's also like, well, nice forces away. It's also like a map control thing, you know. Before they were getting kills in a place where like no hero on their team can beat anyways, but here there's still a tier 1 tower that can work towards. It forces VP to bring all their heroes as well. It's a good kill. It's nothing like last game.
Here we have a smoke here from Team Spirit. Right now it's a Spirit Breaker and Luna.
This could be very dangerous.
AA
if they walk into this Monkey King ultimate.
That's true. Ramsey is level 15 right now, still level 2. Well, he has the Diffusal Blade, by the way, along with the Yasha.
Hey, Beaver's got a courier on him.
What?
He has a courier on him. In his inventory. Animal courier. He can use it to deploy the courier.
Wait, what hero?
Beaver.
Yeah, who's he playing this game?
He's AA.
Thank you. There's the... I was looking everywhere. Why does he have an animal courier, Brax? Is there any meta behind this that I should know about?
He can use it to deploy a courier. Deploys a creature to carry items to and from your team's base.
Is there anything else it does that I'm not aware of?
Yeah, it says losing the courier is punishable by death.
Does it actually say that? Oh, wait, he popped it. He popped it. There's the courier. They have 2 couriers now. All right, I'm not sure. After all that, I missed the kill because I was so confused. This courier shit. It's okay, though. It was just solo. I mean, we've seen this before, guys. Bottom lane. Venomancer completely destroyed. He gets off his ult. He's definitely going to tick down, though, you have to believe.
Well, this is
Meanwhile,
real bad
Ramses
for
pops, and Iceberg is the kill. Down he goes. FNG, though, trying to get some redemption here. Ramses healing up a lot. My God, that passive is disgusting. He's on the other side of the cogs. Looks like he'll live to see another day. Lil, in the meantime, TP's out. Not going to be able to find FNG, and no one else to be found. So that was a... Did Ramses ult? No, he's just tanky enough to survive that, apparently.
Yep, he's got a ton of armor. Man, I feel like this hero does way too much damage. And then once you lifesteal, once he has the Jingu Mastery stacked up, he heals for just a ridiculous amount.
Yeah.
Just sat there and man-fought the Spirit Breaker and healed all the way
up. Whoa there. Boundless Strike was attempted to be applied to the Spirit Breaker, but he did cancel his charge. You basically just said what the hero does, by the way. Jingu Mastery is a passive that lets him deal a lot of damage.
I just read his skills.
You're learning about this hero finally. He's fun though, man. He's a lot of fun to play.
Well, I play against it every game, so I hate him.
You should try playing as him, perhaps. Maybe that's the cure to your disease. What do you think?
I don't want to play him in the offlane.
I'm pretty sure he could technically play any position. But you're right. He's right now his bread and butter is the one position for sure.
Yep. We've even seen some mid ones charge down bottom. This is looking who's dead here? Is it solo?
I'm sure he'll die at some point, but we're gonna see charge into another strike into Pasha. There's the ultimate hook shot. Pasha 4 staffs out, but he's gonna end up dying. No one is here. We see the Finger of Death able to finish off the Clockwork, so it's a 1-for-1.
It was actually pretty good from VP. They managed to turn that around.
But now there's an Alchemist here, friend. And no one. No Laguna Blade to speak of for another 40 seconds. Iceberg has the Yasha, Boots of Travel. So Manta not too far off right now. We haven't actually gone over too many items right now. Lil with a Midas, Drums, and Urn of Shadows. He's farming pretty freaking well for a position 4 Doom.
He's going to be a super farm this game with the Devour talent as well, and the Midas.
Yeah.
Speaking of Lil, maybe going down here.
You know, I had high hopes for Doom when he got that talent. Well, he's just going to miss out on the AA ult, but I know a lot of teams tried him out when that talent came out as a position 1, and it was a colossal failure, if I do say so myself. Beyond awful.
is about to flounder.
But hopefully he works out as a 3 or a 4.
I feel like 4 is his natural role, and he can be pulled off sometimes as the offlaner. You know, he wants to eat a creep and run around and pressure lane, not just sit there and farm the jungle for the most part. He does that later when he gets his levels.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, we're gonna have an Earth Spike onto the Spirit Breakeroo into Laguna Blade. So a little bit too aggressive there from Team Spirit. It's gonna cost them. And didn't really talk about the... Again, this is from a pub perspective, so you're gonna have to tell me how much this actually comes into play when a Monkey King is picked in like a professional game. But Spirit Breaker, I would consider a very good counter for the hero because of the charge.
Spirit Breaker's good against like almost every hero.
Thank you for making me sound so smart. I think Spirit Breaker counters Monkey King. Well, pretty sure Spirit Breaker counters every hero in the game.
You know, he stuns people for 5 seconds. It's quite effective against
yes, it
a lot
really
of people.
is. Bottom lane, Luna, you are dead. Eventually you will die. I promise you, you will die. There you go. Does cost him the AA Blast to 3 here. DK Phobos, Yuled up. Watch him use that Blade Mail here in a second. There we go. Ramses doesn't care. He's healing through the Blade Mail. Good, clean hero. Lil, another strike's going to be faked out. Iceberg with the Unstable Concoction. There's the Doom. And with the drums, Alchemist is out of the... Whose is that? FNGs? Yeah. So Doom is completely wasted.
You know, the Alchemist is farmed, but they have 0 towers taken on the map right now.
Oh, wow.
And
I didn't even notice that. Yeah.
Yeah, they keep trying to make these ganks happen. VP just bring the numbers.
Oh, AA Blast on 2. Unstable Concoction. Will you get it off in time, my friend? Oh, he does. But there's a Ramses ult. And Iceberg is taking so much damage. He fell so quickly. Unreal. 50 seconds on the deck. Does have buyback if he needs to, but no one in company. The tier 2 tower will be falling shortly.
Well, they didn't manage to shut down the Alchemist in lane very well, but they're having no problem at all with him in these fights. He dies so fast to Monkey King, and Lina tons of damage as well. But I feel like Team Spirit they're in a real tough spot right now. VP are probably going to take this for free as well, and they just don't have any control on the map at all. I feel like they missed a really early timing because they were so preoccupied with this Alchemist farming, but they definitely should have committed at some point to take this bottom tier 1 tower. Like, the Luna was strong, Clockwork was strong. If they brought the numbers and smoked together, they could have opened up the map. So you know, at some point you need to take these towers, or else you just kind of get confined to your base.
Right.
It becomes so easy for the enemy to just control everything on the map. We see how fast they just keep reinforcing in the bottom lane when there's a charge play happening, and they just turn it every time. But
that time he was charging bottom lane. It was just solo, and they couldn't even get that kill. Although now they will. As we
spoke too soon.
Speak of the devil, yeah. But at the end of the day, again, not a big kill. 9k lead here for VP, and that's against an Alchemist. So,
yep.
What would you say that is pretty much? What would you say is the accurate number? Like 15k for a normal game?
Maybe 10k.
So 1k more? That doesn't work that way, bro. Come on, 1k for having an Alchemist on your team? Ridiculous.
It's probably like 15k.
Thank you. So you can just save yourself the trouble and just agree with me next time, okay?
I feel like I'm gonna blindly agree with something really stupid though one day.
Yeah, that's the mistake everyone makes. So you're smart not to go down that route, actually. Hurricane Pike finished on the Lina, no one. 17 Bloodstone charges right now, and an Aegis to boot. Iceberg, next item, as we talked about. It's going to take a while to get it, but eventually the Octarine Core will come to fruition.
Yep, it's still an Alchemist, and he can't take over the game and everything, but I feel like Team Spirit had the tools to dominate this game, and VP are just proving that they are the better team, in my opinion.
Well, you also talked about not just being a better team, but... Oh, Solo. He's going to run right into Spirit Breaker. No one is here as well. Luna ult being applied, and Solo's going to take the brunt of that damage. No one. Nice Yules. He's getting charged, though, into a hook shot. They're using everything on this poor Lina. She could Bloodstone Suicide if she needs to, but Ramses comes in with that ultimate of his. dealing a little bit of damage to the Luna, who pops the BKB. Meanwhile, Alchemist, like you talked about, they're just having no issues killing this guy. 65 seconds on the deck. Does technically have buyback. DK Phobos with the Blade Mail will get away. No, is he going to tick, actually? He dies at the lip of his base. Ugh, that is brutal. And with that, looks like VP's just going to continue the pressure. But you're talking about the picks where, technically speaking, against an Alchemist, obviously you don't have an AA like a hard counter, but they do have a lot of burst. And that Alchemist does not like burst damage because he likes to heal over time with that ultimate of his. As this mid barracks is taken out, no one gets force-staffed out. Boundless Strike onto 2 heroes, into a Laguna Blade. I hear a Doom. Was that on illusion? Perhaps it was, but it doesn't matter. 2 dead for Team Spirit as VP continue to roll through this game.
Yeah, there's just so much damage. Venomancer, Lina, Monkey King, of course. Tons of damage. And Alchemist isn't at that level of farm where he can actually tank through all these things. These heroes are too close in net worth to him.
And Pasha not scared at all, despite having almost no HP to speak of. He gets frozen in place. Thanks. Okay, he's just going to die. Space created, though, because I got the melee racks, so it's all good. And Solo, another sacrifice for himself. I mean, this is a lineup from Team Spirit. They can definitely deal with these, what are they called, actually? Super creeps?
Yep.
Before they're megas? Yeah. But, like you said, they're still so far behind.
They are far behind, but they definitely have a pretty good team at coming back, I guess. You know, if they can hold, win a fight or two, maybe bring out that clutch Aghanim Scepter. Maybe you can turn the tide.
So tell me this. Oh, wait, what?
All right, game's done.
Okay. VP concedes?
Yep, they have to
as
go.
Expected. Oh my god. A Shadow Blade on Luna. I have not seen this in years. Am I crazy?
No.
Like, this is literally a Dota 1 strat. I don't think I've seen it in Dota 2 one time. I'm sure it happened, but... Is he just getting it to stay safe, or is he actually trying to use it with his ult?
He needs to farm. So I imagine he's just going to use it to help accelerate some farm, because I don't think he can run out safely at all. And, you know, so maybe it's something they won't expect. Perhaps that's what they need to win a team fight. The Luna flank with the Shadow Blade Eclipse.
Oh, do they see him? No, they don't. Oh.
This guy's in danger zone, man.
Oh my god.
This is dangerous.
Yeah, there's the Shadow Blade. So yeah, the days of old when I believe the cap of Eclipse was different. You could hit heroes more than the set amount of times that's set right now. And you would just pop your ult, use Lothars. Nobody would have any counter to that because nobody bought sentries back then. And I don't think there was even dust, actually. Nope. And you just kill an entire team while invisible. It's pretty fun, actually. Some TP support here. Don't you miss those days, Brax?
Back in the days when the game was good.
Back when it was truly balanced. It's not balanced anymore. Ice Frog, what are you doing? I'm really looking for these new heroes, though, bro. I am super excited to see what they come up with. I think, because they talked about how they want to make new heroes a little bit more often, which I think is great. And I think, I'm hoping at least, that that's going to combine with heroes that are more fun, kind of like Monkey King style, where, you know, if you're a noob, you can still play them semi-effectively. And obviously there's a skill cap that isn't like maybe the most evident right off the bat.
I just wonder if they'll have more than 4 skills or whatever. Like Monkey King has mischief for God knows what reason.
Hey, it can be clutch sometimes.
No, it can't.
If you don't memorize the trees.
Why does he have it?
I don't know. Because they wanted to show off that they can do a lot with this engine. They're going to apply a lot of pressure to Luna. She's going to die before getting off that ult. DK Phobos pops the Blade Mail. Has absolutely no mana to speak of. Charge applied to no one, but that's just going to be the death of the Spirit Breaker if I'm not mistaken. Does get off the Nether Strike, though, onto Monkey King. They're going to apply more pressure this time to Alchemist. So, it's reused. Iceberg will live to see another day. Has the Octarine Core, of course. That's going to help lifesteal quite a bit for him. And surprisingly, only a 1-for-1 right now. Ramses, oh, he wants it. He wants it. Boundless Strike. Oh, just misses. Spirit Breaker will live to see the top lane. What a good boy.
He's farming up a Storm. And you know, just with that one kill, it's not enough for VP to be able to push anything at all. Alchemist did a lot of damage to a lot of these heroes here. And I mean, I imagine they're just gonna wait for Roshan anyways. There's no reason to do anything else.
Yeah, most likely is the case. Ramses with a Desolator now. So Deso, SNY, Diffusal, BKB. What is is there a standard build on Monkey King that you would say? Or is it just pretty diverse?
People get whatever. I think Diffusal is probably like the biggest key item you'll probably see in like every build.
Mm-hmm.
Just does so much damage.
Oh, Ramses. He knows Biver. Oh, God.
Is that Ramses' reaction or is that Beaver's reaction?
I don't know. It's my reaction, bro. That's like, there's no Jingu mastery to that. That's just literally a spell. It's essentially a Laguna Blade against an ancient apparition with that minus reduction from Deso. Like, Jesus, dude.
It scales so ridiculously well.
Yeah. Do you think he needs to be nerfed, or do you think he's fine?
I don't know. I think you have to be careful with heroes like this that scale so well with items. Like the Boundless Strike, when he does get Jingu Master off in a team fight, ends up hitting for like 1500 damage right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's tough because, I don't know. He just ramps up so quickly, it's ridiculous. Like he has Diffusal, SNY, Desolator. These are really cheap items. They're not expensive at all.
All right, can I ask you a question? I'm interested to know. Okay.
Just kidding, go ahead.
Thank you. So for DK Phobos on the Clockwork, if there was not an Alchemist in this game, do you think his build is any different to try to get an Ags earlier? Or is this something you would expect regardless?
No, I think his build won't change no matter what.
Okay.
It's like, Ags is good, but if you can't stay alive, or if you can't actually like get to that point of the game where you have the ag items, it doesn't do anything. He needs all these smaller items to be useful in these fights.
Yeah, I mean, right now he's initiating and then dying, which you can't really expect anything else with an 18k deficit. So not being able to use that ult again in a fight is kind of a big deal.
Yep, for sure.
And actually, I would argue the first Ags definitely should go to Luna now. By the way.
It's funny how that changes, huh? It's like, it depends on the state of the game. Right now, they need that damage.
Yeah, it definitely changes depending on how the game's going. The one thing that doesn't change is Spirit Breaker will never get an Ags. I'm pretty sure you get Moon Shards for every...
Yep.
So, the Spirit Breaker Ags isn't like horrendous, but it's not good either. It's not very good. It's mostly cooldown. I don't think the AoE is like a gimmick, I think. If you can get it off, it's great, but meh.
It's like they didn't know what else to add to it, so they're like, shit, we'll just give it some AoE.
I mean, what could they do to it, though? Like, a faster animation on his ult or something? And the lower cooldown is good. That's very good.
It is.
But it's an entire agonist for, like, a cooldown reduction. I don't know.
I have no idea what you could do.
Well, Iceberg being pursued, but will TP out to safety. Looks like he can finish Shiva anytime he wants. And then the Aghanim's will begin. I'm kind of hoping the game extends a little bit just so we can see who is correct here.
Maybe we'll see the Luna Ags come into fruition here and just own it.
I would love it. I mean, there's a BKB, 9-second BKB on Ramses. Lena has a 9-second as well. So, but that just means everybody else on their team will die faster, right? Uh-oh.
That is true.
Uh-oh. Alchemist stuns himself. Oh, he gets 4-step. Actually, they forced the Pasha ultimate, so not too much damage coming out from that. As Alchemist just gets destroyed. Has to buy back. Definitely the right choice. Double BKB pop for VP. Ramses, Nether struck into a nice charge. Luna ult. The creeps are tanking most of the damage right now, though. Pasha and company. Looks like the Lion's going to be the first to fall. Pasha looks to me next, trying to create a little bit of space. And no one's going to be pursued next. DK Football. Beautiful stun onto 3. Charged. FNG wasn't even going for no one, but it's going to cost him his life regardless. That's the Aegis. And you have to expect that he's going to die yet again. Unless he can get some crazy shenanigans here. What?
Oh, no, he's up the hill.
Was that the Cog 4-staff combination?
This is Pike.
Well, yeah, but it was both. Nah, he's going to die anyway. I thought he was cogged and then 4-staffed, and that was the reason he was able to get up the cliff.
Would have been funny if the cogs pushed him up on the cliff, and then he just books it.
Dude, I've seen that before, many a time actually.
Yeah, I'm sure you have.
We get a lot of great clips submitted to fails.
Is there
so
like?
I can say I've seen almost everything.
Is there a certain hero that always comes up, like a certain spell? That's just like.
Well, you have to understand. I haven't been watching like for the last couple years because at a certain point you want to just kill yourself after watching enough of those. But Chronosphere is definitely a very, very common one.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah, that definitely.
And black holes.
Seems like the ability.
Like a lot of these huge abilities that are wasted are very common.
You know, there's missing an ability, then there's killing your teammates. So Chronosphere, that's definitely a killing your teammate.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. No one getting charged. FNG. Glimmer Capes. Into the Nether Strike. Into an AA Blast. Can they actually do enough damage to take him out? Bloodstone's available if he really needs to deny himself, but looks like the BKB will suffice. Pasha. Puts down a ward. Looks like the charge is going to be applied to Lion. Solo's going to be the first to die here. Poison Nova's popped. Alchemist gets his ult off. I think he's Glimmer Cape. They can't see him right now. Gonna look to TP out. Indeed, he does. DK Phobos. Ramses, the cops do nothing to you through BKB. So it's a 3-for-1 after going for Solo. Alchemist does live, but at what cost?
The cost of 3 of his teammates.
Typically, that's a rhetorical question, but you are correct.
This is a rough game, man. They've taken 2 towers, so at least they're getting somewhere. But they're pretty much just stuck in their base defending.
Yeah.
Waiting for VP to hopefully feed on the high ground or something. I guess that's what they're hoping for now.
And no one with a Daedalus complete now. 16 charges on his Bloodstone. And I'm starting to think that this game is going to be coming to an end very shortly, which is sad because I want to settle this bet on the Aghanim Scepter. I don't think we officially made a bet, but we can just say I'm correct regardless.
All right, sounds good to me.
You'll owe me something. I don't know what.
Dr. Pepper.
Oh, yes. Thank you. That would be great. Lil with an Invis rune, trying to potentially catch somebody out, but chooses to get the 80 extra gold from Devour, you know? Can't pass that up. Oh, he can devour Ancients, by the way. He took the...
Yep.
Triceratops.
That's the best one. The Frenzy is ridiculous. 75
is
attack
it really,
speed for
though?
8 seconds. It is.
Do you actually think that's the best one? It's such a short duration, though.
8 seconds?
Wait, they changed... Okay, they changed this. It did not used to be 8 seconds. Or I'm just crazy.
Well, what else would you think is good?
Well, I mean, that's pretty good. I didn't realize it was 8 seconds. I think the HP one's quite good. The Dragon's garbage. And I think the new creep is very good. If you have like a Shadow Blade or a Blink or something like that. Ramses jumps in and AA's dead, Luna's dead. Luna buys back into the game. Does have his ultimate to work with. Ramses now pops his ultimate, which creates a lot of space to be able to kill the Clockwork yet again. Ramses in the meantime actually has to walk out of his ultimate. The Luna ult doing considerable damage, but that's a dieback. 120 seconds on the deck. It is Mega Creeps in the favor of VP. They're going to take this 2-0 against Team Spirit. I believe they just played an ESL qualifier final qualifiers, and VP beat them 3-0. So that's, if I'm not mistaken, that is 5 straight games for VP over Team Spirit.